Get it.
Why you not here with me? Can you break?
What is good, YouTube? Today, it's Inside the Process podcast. The boys are back, and it's episode 6 with USF commit Chris Maldonado. Welcome to the show. How does it feel to be here?
Feels amazing. I've been looking forward to this today, the whole day today. So ready, excited to have a exciting conversation with you boys.
That's great. That's great to hear.
Yep, we're just as excited as you. Just let the audience know. How's life? What have you been doing recently?
I've been playing for my club. I play on the same club as Robert. We play in the same league as me.
Yeah.
We played them a couple times. But yeah, for right now, I've just been playing club because high school season has just finished. And getting ready for Division I soccer, and then playing summer, hopefully, with the Legends. ESL too, yeah.
And let them know what you did in high school season this year.
We won MCALs, we won NCS, and then we did state. We won state, so we won all three. It was an amazing season. Had a lot of fun with the boys.
Yeah, the team was a rough start, and then you guys managed to work it out at the end, make the playoffs, win the league, win regionals, or like NCS and then CIF, and then Chris made MCAL first team for this year, so he's been doing great before his commitment. What was it, like a few weeks ago?
Like the official?
Yeah.
When I signed? Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So talk to us about your like early life in soccer, how you got started and where you started playing.
I started playing indoor with my family. My dad used to make a team, so I would play with my cousins. Even like I had a girl cousin play, so it was just like a family thing.
Yeah.
We would dominate, and then I guess then I went to play for Novato United. They were called back then, but there was like a coach watching us play, and I guess he told us to come out to tryouts. And my cousins made the team, but they told me I was too young, so I had to wait another year because it used to be different back then. You know, like birthday, since I had a late birthday, so I had to wait another year, and that's how I started like the club, all the club teams and all of that. I also, while that year I would just like play indoor with my family, like just play with my brothers because I had 4 brothers, 2 older than me, so like it was good playing with them. They made me better, I think, and more like competitive.
Yeah, that's always a good environment to be around with, especially with your older brothers. So you started at Novato United, and then you went to what other club, or did you just stay there before Marin FC?
I went to Novato United till like I think about 10 years old, 11, and then I went to Timbers FC or something like that. I forgot what their name was, but then they changed to AC Marin. I stayed there for my middle school, so for 3 years, and then I went to Marin FC for my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
So you started ECNL, Marin FC, and then that's when your college showcases start. Did you reach out to coaches early, or did you kind of let them reach out to you? How did you go about that?
So, like, I think coaches can start reaching out to you sophomore summer, right? Sophomore summer. So, my coach thought that I could play Division I ball or, like, college ball. So, he had me, like, send a bunch of emails. So, yeah, I did start out pretty early with the recruiting.
And you would say that was very helpful for you?
Yeah, it was. I got a couple coaches to reach back out to me, so they saw me play, even though, my first showcase wasn't the best because I got really nervous,
Yeah.
And how many coaches did you talk to when you first started, and like did you go to like ID camps to gain that exposure that you needed to talk to coaches?
Yeah, my junior year, I was talking to a couple D1s and mostly D2s. I did go to ID camps. I went to like I think 5. I went to one with you boys.
Yeah.
It really helped me with the exposure. I like started talking to a couple new coaches because of that. I got multiple offers from ID camps. Junior year, sophomore summer, I wasn't talking to anyone, and that's when they could first like reach out to you. I didn't have a good summer showcase, so I got nervous. Yeah, so like the talking started the end of junior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how important would you say it was that like to always stay communicating with the coach and like keeping him up to date with like clips or like emails on how you're doing? Like, did you say you did that a lot to gain that relationship?
Yeah, I think that's something like I could have done better. Um, but I did do that at the end, at the start of my senior year. But my junior year, I didn't like I wasn't doing that. I wasn't constantly emailing the coaches because I thought like if I'm good enough, they will reach out to me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bad mindset. But yeah, so like there was a couple instances where like a coach would reach out to me and I wouldn't like email them back instantly. I would wait a
Wait.
couple months and
Yeah.
like then they stopped, like they had no interest in me. So yeah.
Yeah. And how like outside of practice, like how much work would you say to put in, because like going D1 isn't an easy thing for anyone. So I'm sure you probably did your work on the field, outside, or after training, or to the gym. Just talk to us about your experience like outside of practice and what you did.
Yeah, so my freshman year, I wasn't really like the best soccer player. I was on JV, so you know, I wasn't really the best compared to my peers. But I guess when Corona hit, we had the big quarantine. That's when I really started training. I would train twice a day and then do weights. So it was a lot. That's like what made me improve a lot, and I like still try to wake up before school, hit like an hour session, and then after school go to my team, or if I don't have a team session, then I do my own. So like I try to get as much hours as possible, but like you still gotta be like rested
Yeah.
to do your best at team sessions because that's where it all counts. Yeah, so I would try to get about like after hours practice, I'd get like 2 hours in, like not including team practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always good, that to continue to training even when you don't have the team stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk to us about like your visit at San Francisco and like how the coaches like welcomed you in, the guys, everything, and how it made you like know that you wanted to commit there for the next 4 years.
Yeah, so when I went, it was over winter break for them, so I didn't get to really see the team train or like any students on campus. But I met like all the coaches, and they were really nice. They were like explaining to me their plans for me and like how I could impact the team. And they showed me like around campus, and I really liked the school before like the soccer. So I was gonna apply no matter what. Just the soccer like made me like, hey, I want to go here.
Would you say staying close to home was like something that really motivated you, or were you open to moving away?
So yeah, I was trying to go to a school out in Southern California, but it didn't work out. Yeah, coming to San Francisco was really awesome because my family get to see me play a lot. So that's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna have like a huge support out there. Yeah, I was open to going anywhere because my dream was to play Division I soccer. So I didn't care like where it is as long as it's the highest level possible.
And when you've been through a lot of the environments and everything, and you have a lot of experience, talk to us about like how you see high school and club soccer like differently, and what are the differences between both those like environments.
Yeah, club soccer is more physical. I mean high school soccer is more physical. Like it's more like kickball. Like you kick it up and like run after it. Club soccer is more like technical. You have to like be able to play passes through like lines, break lines, and all of that. And it's more tactical. For us, at least for our team, like it was, they put a starting lineup and then we would like just do our thing. Try our best to score goals and defend well. It wasn't really no tactics. Like in practice, it was just rondos and just light because we had a game every other day, so we couldn't
Yeah.
really do that much in practice.
And what would you say like your style of play is like on the field, like someone you look up to as a professional soccer player or something like that?
Growing up, I looked up to Neymar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my favorite player. That's why, like, I would go out to the field and just try to do the moves he did in games. And I guess that's, like, one of my strong suits right now is dribbling. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, like, taking players 1v1
Yeah, I mean it shows on the field whenever we play against you or we see you play. It's like when you receive the ball, you're comfortable with it, you know, and that's something that I'm sure San Francisco liked, and now it's paid off. So, like, are there any moments like that you remember throughout your career that like made a big impact on you, or like it's like a tournament that you had like played great, or something that you always remember?
Yeah. This surf cup in the summer, I think it was. Yeah, right, in the summer. Yeah, I had a really good first game. Like, it was like the best ever because I knew I wasn't at the time before that game. I wasn't really talking to any Division One, so I knew like, hey, this is my my last opportunity to go Division One.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave it out all out there, cause do whatever it takes to get there. So I did, and I played really well, I think. Right, I got a goal and assist, and USF was there, and there was a bunch of other. Davis was there, so I got a bunch of emails after, which was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys went on to win that tournament at Super Black. I witnessed your final, and it was. I mean, you guys always work together,
No,
but
it was the one after.
oh, the one after,
Yeah,
which
like
one?
this summer.
Oh, the showcase one.
Yeah.
Oh, then that one.
November.
Oh, it was November.
It's like Thanksgiving.
Oh, so it was the showcase
Thanksgiving.
one.
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
one. Yeah.
So
Okay,
then that one,
good.
I didn't go to that one, but I'm sure Rob got to see you and play with you. So, I mean, you've put a lot of work into it. So congratulations on committing.
One thing I would say is like coming from Napa, we were NPL, and our showcases we had like 3 scouts at each game. Like nobody was there. But then moving on to ECNL, I came to Marin FC. I saw like 20 coaches on the sideline. Do you think like the platform we have at Marin FC helped you really like get where you are today with the amount of exposure we got?
Yeah. I think that coaches are really important too, cause our coach has a lot of he knows a lot of people at the Division 1 level, so he really talked to them for me. And yeah, having like a bunch of coaches out there looking at you is awesome. It does put a lot of like stress on you and a lot of pressure, but if you can play under that pressure, I think it will be very good for you.
And talking about that stress, how do you like cope with it? How do you stay level-headed in like stressful moments?
Yeah, like I said, my first ever showcase in front of college coaches was really bad. I didn't have a good game, or good pair of games. But just dealing with that after you get used to coaches coming to your game, I think you'll play better, cause it does add a lot of pressure, and then cause you feel like they're watching you every touch, every run you make. If you make a bad touch, you feel like they'll cross you off the list and stuff like that. So it really adds a lot of pressure. But to deal with it, I guess I just got used to it. And started playing. Just act like they're not there. That's the best advice that I could give.
And what do you think you're gonna do at USF once you like start trading everything to keep on improving? Like, what's one thing you can like improve on once you're in college to like gain that starting position, or like prove to the coach that you're there to like play? You know?
Yeah. I feel like on the physical side of soccer, I feel like I could get a bit more explosive, quicker on the ball, just like stronger on the ball in general. Like because the USF really likes my technical side of the game, so I feel like they're gonna like really want me to get up more explosive and more like better on the physical side.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna like focus on.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna be a lot for D1 soccer, like school and everything. So what are you gonna major in once you're there, or have you decided?
Yeah, I have entrepreneurship and innovation, because hopefully after my 4 years, I'm trying to go into real estate and own my own business one day.
That's always a great mindset to keep on growing,
Yeah.
individually outside of soccer.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear you, to know what you're gonna do with your career and stuff like that. Like if you were to give like yourself, like your younger self, an advice, like right now, like what would you tell yourself to like maybe not so you don't have to struggle that much, or to like get you an advantage early on?
Like how young we talking?
Like barely like 10, 12,
10?
like to like tell yourself before you start like this huge process. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say like have as much fun as possible, because when you get older, it's not gonna be as fun. It's still gonna be fun, but like there's gonna be way more pressure and way more stress added onto you. I would also tell them, because my younger self would take like practice as a joke, like just go out. I would like tell them to take it a little bit more serious to get better, because it's an opportunity for yourself to get better every day. Every day you have training with your team. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah, that's good because most of us don't go into that environment, and we just like don't go into that environment with that mindset. We just go and we think of it as like a game before we realize too late that, oh shit, we're late to the game, you know? How important would you say like your parents were with the process? Like your dad or your mom being there, like always supporting you, your family, like stuff like that.
Yeah, so since I'm actually the second recruit, kind of. My brother had an issue, but he like got recruited for soccer,
Yeah.
but he had an issue, so he didn't end up playing there. But yeah, they didn't really know much about the process, like how to commit and all of that, but they like just supported me throughout the way. Like my mom, thought I was crazy waking up at 6 a.m. before school and going to train. She'd be like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they supported me. My mom would like give me rides everywhere. If I told her like I wanted to go train somewhere, she would drop me off.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think like having your parents' support is really helpful.
Yeah, I'm sure like your parents have always been there for you, and they like just them being there is just always supporting you, know? And like a kid knowing that your parents are watching you or always going to be at your game is something that can motivate you at the end, you know?
Yeah.
It's great to hear.
So you got two other cousins both going D1 as well. How would you say they, like, or all of you guys together work together to achieve where you are now?
Yeah, so when I was younger, we would play us three a lot, and they were always better than me. They were, yeah. So that really like motivated me to be like how good of a player I am now, because I wanted to be better than them. It was like the competitive side I had. So I wanted to be better than them, so I started training. Um, my cousins they were really good. One of them were really good.
Yeah.
The other one is really good too. But yeah, so me and the other cousin, we played the same position, so I would like ask him to train, and I would see like how good he was, and I would go check out his games and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like you three like had different times of like growing into like the player you are. Like I feel like one of you guys was like exploded when he was younger and he like got to training centers and shit, but like it wasn't like it was just too young. Like, you know, he like got really good, everyone knew him, and then it was like he just stayed there. And then you were more like hidden when we were like a little bit older, but then since like freshman year you started training and growing, and then now everyone knows your name probably in the Marin area of like, so it shows that it's not like how fast you get there, but it's like if you stay consistent, like you'll get there and you'll stay there for a long time. So I mean, Chris has shown that for anyone that doesn't believe in themselves or like stuff like that, like to keep on continuing grinding, and your time will come, for especially like for Chris right now. So is there any advice you'd give to like anyone else trying to like pursue the D1 process? Like if they're really like wanting to work for it, what should they do, or how should they think?
Just train as much as possible, I think, on the soccer side, and then on the other side, like the emailing, I think you should be emailing like every game you have, email the whatever coach you want to talk to, email him, and send them highlights and all of that. Always be emailing like constantly, and then that will get you a bunch of looks, and then now it's just up to you on the soccer side once you get that look.
All right, you got any closing statements, any shout outs you want to give to our huge audience on YouTube?
Shout out to my boy Ryan Santos, bro. Because
Love
of him, I got really good at my 1v1s. Like when we would go train together, it would just be me dribbling at him for like about an hour, and that's how I got really good at my 1v1. So shout out to my boy Ryan now.
As Ryan Santos, a household name in MCALs. He played with Chris and TL, and they had the three-peat this year, so that also doesn't happen very much. Barely happens. It's probably like a 1% type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's how you know this guy is special. He's like a gem. He's like a diamond in the rough where we come from. So, yeah,
Thank you guys.
you see it right here, Chris Maldonado, baby.
Yep. So thank you for hopping on the podcast. We appreciate your time and talking to us today. It's been a pleasure, and
Game day tomorrow.
peace out.
Lo fuera del planeta, no, no soy de Plutón. Soy de la H, no estoy hablando de Houston. De la cabeza, pie filoteado de Luis Button.